So the Whitewater Rafting Campout is an annual get-together at Adventures on the Gorge here in West Virginia, and we get together several Boy Scout troops or BSA troops come together, and we take a rafting trip on Saturday. So we meet up in the morning and we decide if we're going on the higher class river or not, and then we're taken out by bus to the drop-off site, and we get on the river and we take a whitewater rafting trip down the river, and we have the opportunity to experience class 3 and below rapids or class 5 and below rapids, depending on your age and your preference. The upper New River trip is generally where the less experienced and younger scouts go, and they ride on the river in duckies, and a ducky is essentially like an inflatable canoe. So you can have 1 or 2 people, and you paddle down the river, and you'll have rapids anywhere from class 1 to class 3. And class 3 gives you a pretty good ride, and when you're in the duckies, they're lighter, so you still get a pretty good ride down the rapids. And the lower New is where we go in the bigger boats. So we get a group of 6 or 8 scouts and adults, generally where the older, more experienced scouts go. And we get in a big raft with a guide, and the guide helps us steer and helps us decide where to go on the river, and we can go up to class 5 rapids, which is really fun.
This year is actually something new where they're getting to do a canopy tour, so scouts that maybe didn't want to do the rafting can actually do a big zip lining experience. It's a good distance away, West Virginia, so they get a little bit of experience in a nice long car ride on top of everything else. Normally happens just after Memorial Day, and I think it's pretty deliberately scheduled around the time school gets over with, so that there's not a big rush to get back on Sunday for exams or just regular school.